Hi, in today's video I'll talk about the E2 visa requirements. There are many questions around this topic and I would say it is one of the most important videos for those trying to learn more about the E2 visa, to understand what is needed in order to be eligible. The first requirement I would like to point out is about the nationality of the investor. To be eligible for the E2 visa, the applicant must possess the citizenship from a country that the US has a treaty with. At present, there are 80 countries with this treaty, and I'll put the list on the screen right now so you can pause the video to check it. The second requirement is about the business the applicant will be investing in. It must be a real and active operation, usually producing or selling products or services. It cannot be a passive investment like buying stocks. The company must also be non-marginal. That means being big enough to generate profit beyond the investor's family needs, creating jobs and bringing positive impact to the US economy. Before applying for the E2 visa, the company needs to be close to starting the operation or have already started. The US government expects to see the funds have been already compromised, that everything has been set up and the company is just not a speculation or design. The third requirement is about the investment amount. The law does not specify a minimum amount, only saying that needs to be substantial. Nonetheless, in general terms, immigration attorneys recommend investing over $100,000 for better chances of approval. Usually, investments below this amount tend to be marginal, but that's not the rule for all cases, and some low-cost business may be eligible for the E2 visa as well. The total investment must be also appropriated for the company in question. For example, $200,000 could be considered substantial and reasonable for a hair salon business, but $300,000 inadequate to create a large industrial operation. Considering only that, probably the first scenario would have the E2 visa approved and the second denied. In a different video, we will address situations involving business pardon and commercial loans, but it's also important to know that the investment amount coming from the E2 visa applicant must be substantial as a whole, and also at risk from his own personal assets. The fourth requirement is about the applicant's qualification for a particular business. The investor must be in a position to develop and direct the operation, having good chances of success, showing that is likely to achieve the goals in the business plan, especially regarding profits and jobs creation. It's fundamental to increase the chances of approval. Usually, educational background and experience are taken into consideration. Also, this is one of the aspects which investing in a franchise for the E2 visa can bring benefits. Knowing that the franchisor will provide training and support tends to count favorably when this requirement is being reviewed. The fifth requirement is about ownership. The applicant must own at least 50% of the business in order to have the capacity of making decisions. As mentioned before, we will talk about partnership in a different video, but in some cases the applicant will need to be the sole owner and investor, especially if the total investment is under $150,000. The last requirement is to prove the source of funds. It is important to trace back all the capital used to set up the business, showing it belongs to the investor and that it was earned legally. There is some sources it can be accepted, and this is an important topic, sometimes overlooked. Those are the main requirements to be eligible for the E2 visa. There are many details regarding the application, but the idea was to give a direct overview, enough to clarify the main aspects that will need to be satisfied to have a strong E2 visa application. If you think this may be a good option for you and your family, watch our next video where I explain the benefits of investing in a franchise to apply for the E2 visa. Please leave your comments below and subscribe to our channel for weekly information about the E2 visa and franchising in the US. See you soon. Bye bye.